Okay, so we got our carbon fiber door card right here, and this is what we're working on. So, pour bonding of the carbon fiber sheet, or skin I would say, over this fiberglass back. So you have all these gaps and cracks, well, gaps that's kind of like I would call delaminating, not properly adhering or properly fully done. And what I'm doing is I'm using the baking soda and super glue trick. Basically I lay super glue in there first so I can get all the way as deep as possible, and then I'll sprinkle on some baking soda and repeat the process, blow out some of that residual baking soda, add more super glue, and then baking soda. This way, after it's done, you now got a solid bond. It's not going nowhere, it's solid again, and we won't have delamination where we might end up having a messed up piece of carbon fiber. This one was more like a repair because there was a chip cracking from shipping right here. It's what happens when you go for carbon, and sometimes things just don't turn out the way you expect it. So time for me to get the rest of this area done, and then I think I have a little edge right here, and then I should be good. Just things you gotta work with sometimes when you're working with carbon fiber, from what I see at least. You go for the super expensive carbon fiber, you shouldn't have these issues because those guys do a really good job, and that's why you're paying for that price. There's quality, very good quality, and QC before they actually send it to you. But sometimes you buy a good brand item and they will have some sort of an issue too. And they'll own up to it though, so I mean, you still have a piece, you can fix it up, things like that. You can salvage the piece and make it look semi-half decent. So after you got all this done, you can just go in there with some satin black or matte black, and it'll make it look good again. And for example, like right here in this corner, come on, focus, camera. Dang, camera don't like me today. Okay, there we go. So it's a little hard to see, but right there in that little triangle right there, that's where like a piece of the clear chipped off, the carbon too, and I would just tape that around that off, hit it with a little bit of satin or matte black, and then gloss over it as a repair. Or you don't have to gloss over it if you don't need. It's just way less noticeable, and you can still salvage your piece and it won't be eyesore. So I'll just sand slightly over that so it's smooth, and then hit it like that. Backside, you can do whatever. You can just leave it like that if you want. It's the backside. So as long as it's structurally stable like this again, using that baking soda trick, just lay a small even layer baking soda, brush it off, small even layer of super glue again, and brush it off. Now it's nice and solid. No more wiggling around, no more cracked area, so that won't get worse or anything like that. Carbon fiber repair slash, what do you call it? Reinforcing. Yep. Carry on. Alright, check out the results. So you already seen this. This is all good. Nice and no longer cracked. And all this is now filled and pretty flush to the edge with super glue and baking soda. So I used like about 3.5 of these. But there we go. All these spots all filled up too. Nice and solid. No more flimsy. No worries of delamination. All these spots filled up. Little spot right there where we had to cut for the notch for the door lock pin. And these are all filled up. This one was pretty huge. Probably can't see it now anymore, but well, maybe right there. Anyways, all that area right there, that whole gap right there, that was a big giant gap. So filled all that in, and we're pretty good there. After all this, just a little sanding, slight black, satin black or matte black. That's my preference. You can go gloss if you want, but to touch up all the spots where it's been repaired and reinforced, and then we're good. Nice and solid, nice and flush. No more worries. Should be solid after that and ready to go to clear coat time.